Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to do my monthly favorites. And you guys you know that I don't really, I've always had a problem with monthly favorites because I always just felt like either it was repetitive of everything that I'd already been telling you all month long, or I felt like I was forcing myself to choose things just to do a monthly favorites video because, you know, they're a popular video. Everybody likes to watch them. I enjoy watching monthly favorites videos. And before, I literally just made this decision right now because before I started filming, I thought that I was going to kind of go through and pull out from my weekly favorites videos the items that I liked more than all the rest. You know, like which lip color did I really like the best out of the others. Or, you know, which shower gel, or, you know, kind of your normal monthly favorites. But you know, there are a lot of items that I use, like, for example, like bronzer, you know, that type of, you know, bronzer contour type powder. I didn't really experiment a lot with those. I only used one, so by default, I would be listing that one as my favorite. And not that I don't like the products, I do like the products, but, you know, it just seems repetitive and like, well, is this really an all-time favorite that I would really, you know, all-time promote, or, you know, for a month promote if it hadn't been the only one that I used this month, you know, that kind of thing. So I really debated a lot about it, and I think for now I'm just going to do with my monthly favorite videos, I'm going to show you just miscellaneous items, not things that I've already talked about in my weekly favorites. So I was going to talk about food items, but again, it's repetitive. I did already talk about those in my weekly favorites, so I'm not going to talk about those. So there's really, this time, there's only going to be a few things that I'm going to show you, and it's not going to be rehashing anything that I've already talked about in the weekly favorites. And now that I kind of feel like I really know what I want to do with it, moving forward, the videos will be a little longer and have probably more items in them because I kind of feel more like I know what I want to do with it now. So if you have any opinions about that, then, you know, obviously tell me in the comments, because I want to make sure I'm showing you guys what you want to see. But I don't want to bore you with this, you know, the same stuff I've already talked about. And I know you guys are faithful and you really watch every week, so, you know, it would be kind of repetitive for you. So I think I'm going to do miscellaneous things. You know, talk about beauty products more in the weekly favorites, and then talk about other things in the monthly favorites, probably food included, I think. So anyway, just let me know if you have an opinion or a request of something that you would like to see in monthly favorites, you would like to see me talk about. Okay, so because I just changed my mind at the last minute, I really, like I said, only have like 2 or 3 things to show you. So, let's just get to it. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is, well, let me just talk about this. Something that I use all the time, I use it every single day, is my Ipod Nano. And this is something that I got for my birthday last year. I use it all the time. I use it when I work out. I use it at night to help me relax to go to sleep. I use it in place of watching television a lot of times. I use it, I don't know, anytime I just, like, I don't know, if I'm somewhere where I really have to wait for a long time, I might pull this out and pop it in. I really use it a lot. And when I'm working out, I listen to music. Sometimes at night I listen to music, like relaxation type music, not necessarily like the kind of music I would listen to in the car. It would be more music that I'm using to kind of calm myself and relax myself. I do a lot of things on it, like meditation. I listen to books on it. All kinds of things. Okay, so I guess you could say my Ipod Nano is a favorite because I do use it a lot. You know, it's kind of middle of the road as far as how many functions it does. You know, I think there are definitely iPods that go above and beyond, that start to kind of go into the tablet realm more than the MP3 player realm, but there's definitely ones that do less than this. And you can watch some videos on there. I do have some podcast videos that are like yoga videos that I have loaded on here as well, so there is some limited video capability with it, but it's not really the kind of thing where you're going to download movies onto it so much. It's more like podcasts. There are limitations to it. Maybe some music videos. All the kind of things that you would find through iTunes. Like I said, probably not movies. So the first thing I wanted to tell you guys about was kind of what my favorite album this month was. Now, I am going to list a new album that's out that has been just on pre-sale that I've been listening to kind of ahead of time, and I've really been enjoying it. So if you're somebody who likes new music, then check that out down below. I'm going to put a link, and you can order it on pre-sale if you want to. But really this month, I always put my iPod on shuffle, and I just kind of let it go. And a song popped up that I have not listened to in a really, really long time. And it's a song that, well, it's an album that just kind of was during a really fun, time in my life. So the song is called 6th Avenue Heartache, and it's by the Wallflowers, and it's from the album Bringing Down the Horse, which was copyrighted and came out in 1996. So 1996 was the year that I graduated from college, and the year that I kind of started out in the business world. I got my first kind of, definitely wasn't my first real job, but it was my first sort of like business job after college type thing. And, this album was, they were playing these songs on the radio all the time, and there was some touring going on, and obviously since, I was 21, it was just a fun time in life. And this album, though, is very mellow. So maybe if you're younger and you're not familiar with it, I think you would really like it. It's real laid back and kind of chill, but still fun. Definitely kind of alternative. It was during, the alternative time frame, not like Nirvana alternative, but anyway, listen to it, you'll know what I mean. If you're my age or older, you might remember this and be thinking, holy cow, I haven't heard that in a long time. Or maybe you've never heard of them at all, and, you might just want to branch out and try, something new. So I'm going to link the album. I'll link the album and the song, I think, if I can find both down below, because you can download them off of iTunes, and if you download them into iTunes, then you can listen to them anywhere that you can listen to iTunes. So you can download it onto an MP3 player like this, to an iPod. You can listen to it on, your laptop or your computer. You can actually burn the files onto a CD if you want to listen to, if you like to listen to CDs, or if you have a CD player in your car and you want to listen to it that way. So anyway, I'll put the links down below, and you can just download it if you want. So a lot of you are going to know the song. I'm going to play a little snippet of it. I don't want to get in trouble with, copyright or anything, but I do want you to be able to kind of hear some of it. So I am going to play a little bit of it, and just to give you kind of a taste of what it's like. And I don't even know that 6th Avenue Heartache is like my favorite song on the album necessarily, but it's just the one that really got my attention. And then, so once I was like, man, I really haven't listened to that in a long time. I already own the disc, so I burned it onto my MP3, and I've been playing it like a couple times a week. I just listen to it just for fun. So here's a little snippet of the song. Okay, so if that voice sounds familiar to you at all, the singer is Jacob Dylan, and that is actually, I believe it's Bob Dylan's son. I believe it's his son. But anyway, that was just a time where it's like, I don't know, I hear that song and I think about like being out in the summer with my girlfriends and having the windows down, like driving and going and doing all the fun things that we were doing, going out dancing and going to concerts and, just doing the fun things that you do when you're that age and, life is free and new and, I don't know, you're just figuring out who you are and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, it's a really good album, and I would highly suggest that you download it and check it out. So anyway, link down below. So that's one thing, music. Another thing that has to do with my iPod Nano specifically, I told you guys that I like to listen to books on it. And I listen to all kinds of books. I mean, all kinds of books. I read all kinds of books. I usually have multiple books going at one time. Like right now I'm reading 1, 2, 3, 4 books that I'm physically reading, and then I have two books I think that I'm listening to, through on my iPod. So one of them is actually a children's book, and it's a classic. It's called Pollyanna, and it's by Eleanor H. Porter, is the author. And I'm going to link that down in the information bar below as well. I'm almost 40, literally, in like a week and a few days. And I don't feel like you're ever too old to read anything. I like to keep up on children's books. I like to read the classics. I like to read what is new and popular right now and what is coming out. And I like to kind of keep, my finger on the pulse of what is pop culture and what kids are into these days, and but I like to really know the classics and what has been around for forever, and I don't think that everything has to be new and shiny and have a million functions to be good. I like the old stuff as much as I like the new stuff, and so Pollyanna for me falls under that category. And this particular book, it's actually free, by the way. It's free to download, so you don't have to sign up for audible.com. It's from Books Should Be Free is the group that offers it, and all of their books downloads are free, which I agree with. I think books should be free. I think they're important in that way. So it is free to download, so I will put the link down there as well. And it's also you also download it through iTunes, so you can download it onto whatever works for you, your computer, your MP3 player, your, burn it onto a CD so you can listen to it in your car, whatever. It's read by a man. I feel like he does a pretty good job of, or narrated, I guess I should say narrated by a man that I feel does a pretty good job of kind of giving the characters individual kind of voices and sounds so you can identify who's talking and you don't kind of get lulled into not paying attention. I have a hard time a lot of times with listening to books where I don't know, sometimes the reader can sort of lull me, and then before I know what happens or before I realize it, a bunch of time has passed and I'm like, wait, I have no idea what I just listened to. My mind starts to wander. I don't have a problem with this one doing that, and so I don't know, I just really enjoyed listening to it. So I'm going to list the link below for that. That was a favorite this month. Another favorite, this is something I've been watching, but I'm going to tell you, you can get it the way that I have it if you want to, but it's expensive that way, so I'm going to suggest to you to use iTunes and download it because it'll be cheaper. But I've been totally into, I'm really a big kid at heart in a lot of ways. I've really been into the Flintstones, and I have the complete series here. And I've been just, every few nights or whatever, I just pop in an episode, and I've just been methodically kind of watching the episodes in order. And there's something for me about, I don't know, just watching. I love watching old series like this and watching them in order because I really like to see how the programming evolved over time. And, we all can watch reruns like all over the place and that type of thing, but I really like to watch the progression of the series, especially when there's something that was before my time, and just to see how the series evolved, how the characters evolved, how animation, in this case animation, evolved, how the storyline evolved, how television programming evolved over time. And so I've just really been having fun with this, and this I've been kind of spreading it out on purpose, because I feel like one of the things kids miss out on these days is the anticipation of kind of waiting for the next episode of something, like the next, you have to wait for a week to see what's going to happen, and the big cliffhanger at the end of an episode that makes you excited to watch next week. And we live in such a right now society, and everything is at your fingertips, and I don't know, it's instant gratification all the time, that I feel like it's actually making people miserable, because that excitement that we had when we were kids just doesn't really exist for kids these days so much anymore. And so I've been spreading this out on purpose, because I've been enjoying the anticipation of waiting to watch the next episode. And of course I could just sit down and binge watch it if I wanted to, but it kind of reminds me of the days like being at my grandparents' house and watching the Muppets. The Muppets came on once a week, and a lot of times on Sunday nights we would go, I believe it was Sunday nights, we would go over to my grandparents' house for dinner, all get together for dinner, and that would come on, and we would, kind of watch it as a family, and that was just such a good memory to have that. It was a great show. I had to wait all week to watch it again. It was something that we got to do, not just sitting at home, laying on the couch or on the floor like I would normally do. It was at my grandparents' house, and so it made it a little bit different and that much more special, and there's just a lot of memories from that, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to link, if you want to just follow along with me, I'm a couple episodes in, but I will link the first episode down below so that you can just start with the first episode, and then I will also link the first season down below. So if you just want to download the season, you can kind of watch. I believe I'm on, I want to say the fourth. I watched a couple of them and then I started over. I believe I'm on the fourth episode right now. So if you just want to download the series and kind of watch a couple and just get caught up with me, I would love if you would kind of watch along with me. I think that would be fun. And so I've been loving that. This has kind of been my movie sort of watching for the month. And I'm going to talk about TV. Well, I'm not really going to talk about my TV shows. I think I'm going to list the TV shows that I've been watching this month kind of in a scrolling list, because there are a lot of TV shows that I like to watch and a lot that I follow. So one of them that just finished the season is Pretty Little Liars. So if you want to talk about Pretty Little Liars, let me know. We can talk about that. Another one that just finished the entire series, the show just ended, is Chelsea Lately. I love watching that at night, and so if you want to talk about that. Also, The Real Housewives of New York just finished, so we could talk about that. And kind of The Real Housewives of New Jersey just started back up this month, so we could talk about that. A lot of shows coming up. Well, a lot of shows coming up in October. Not as much September, but a lot of shows coming up in October. And then there are some shows that are just like daily shows that I like to watch. E-News is one that I like to watch and keep up on, just because, it's kind of an easy way to sort of keep up on with pop culture. And I just recently sort of picked up Days of Our Lives again. Days of Our Lives, I'm not a big soap opera person. Days of Our Lives is something that, it goes all the way back to my childhood, because it was something that my mom watched. And so over the years I have, kind of been on and off, an on and off watcher. I can remember watching it as a kid because she watched it, and so I would see it, obviously before I was old enough to go to school, I saw it all the time because she would watch it every day. And then in school I can remember seeing it like when I was on summer break or, Christmas vacation and that kind of thing. I watched it in college, and when I was in college, that was the time when Marlena was possessed by the devil, which was probably like the all-time best viewing time for Days of Our Lives ever in history. So I watched it then. There have been some times, I went through a phase, I think, when I was first working, where I would, kind of like after college when I was first working, where I would videotape it I would record it on VCR and watch it when I got home, or, watch it at night. And I kind of lost track of it over the years. Here and there I picked it up. It used to be on SoapNet in the middle of the night, so sometimes I would watch it in the middle of the night when I couldn't sleep. And but not too long ago, my cable company dropped SoapNet. I don't have access to SoapNet anymore, so I kind of stopped watching it again. Although you can watch it online. They do put all of the episodes online, so you can follow it online. But just here lately, I've kind of picked it up again. I've been DVRing it and watching it. So that's kind of a fun one that I sort of picked back up. But there are a lot more, there are more shows that I will list. I'll just let them scroll now. So if you're watching any of those shows on TV and want to talk about those, then let me know, or tell me in the comments below what you what your favorite shows are. And then something I've been watching on Netflix, I just finished watching Damages, which is like one of my all-time favorite shows on Netflix. I highly, highly, highly recommend it. It is a grown-up show, though. It's not one that I would recommend. I would say save it for later at night, like when the kids are in bed. Don't really watch it with the kids around. It's not really appropriate. It's not terrible, but it's just not really that appropriate. But that's my all-time favorite, like one of my all-time favorite shows. That and Supernatural, love them. But I've just recently picked up House of Cards. I think I'm in the second. Am I in the second season? Yeah, I'm in the second season. I'm about halfway through the second season. So I'm enjoying that. I'm not like totally sold on it. It's not like I'm not like, whoa, this is the best show ever. It's not. But it's pretty good. It keeps my interest, and it's something like if I need to take a break, or whatever, I'm waiting for videos to upload or something and don't have anything else I can really do at that point in time, I'll pull up Netflix and watch it. But yeah, so those are TV shows. So I think that's kind of everything for kind of my electronics. The last thing I'm going to show you is a clothing item. I'm actually wearing it right now, and this is pretty cool. It's a t-shirt that was sent to me. It says, I drink coffee only on days that end in Y. And it says, Seattle's best coffee on the side of it. And it's nice. It's a really nice, soft, shirt that's kind of long. It's kind of tunic length. And this was actually sent to me by Seattle's Best Coffee, which I think is totally awesome. I really enjoy Seattle's Best Coffee. I like to drink it. I've given it as a gift to friends of mine. I talked about it on Twitter. That's how they found me. I think I posted a picture of myself drinking it. I had a sample that was sent to me, and so I posted from that. And so they were very kind and sent me out this shirt, which I think is totally awesome. I love the coffee. I love the company. The people have been, I don't really know them personally. I've never spoken to them directly, but just through the internet, I've communicated with them a little bit, and they were, super duper nice. Really love that, and I love my shirt. And I don't know, they're a company that I really like to work with somehow. I think they would be really fun to work with. So that has been a favorite for the month. That was kind of like a bonus, cool thing. I mean, when a company reaches out to you and does something nice just because they can, it's always very cool. So thumbs up for Seattle's Best Coffee. And if you've never tried their coffee, you really should. It's really nice. It's like a nice, mellow, really smooth, rich taste. And, they do K-Cups and the whole thing, too. So, you have your options on how you can drink it, whatever you prefer. Alright, so that is it for the miscellaneous monthlies for this month. Again, not as many products. I think I will tell you about more things kind of moving forward in the future, but I literally just, when I sat down, I literally just made the decision that I wasn't going to do it the way I had originally planned, and that I'm moving forward, I think I'm going to do it a little bit differently than I originally thought I was going to. So, there's that. tell me what your favorites have been down in the comments, or if you do monthly favorite videos, then make sure that you let me know and I'll come check yours out. If you are new to my channel, do not forget to subscribe and become a part of our little family of friends that we have going on here. And I hope you're doing really well, and we'll see what happens next month. I'm going to be filming my lip picks for the month of September very soon, so keep your eyes peeled for that. That's going to go up very soon. And that's it. See you guys next time. Bye!